At the end of the previous video, we saw that the leader of Dragon Peak told Qingyun Sect master about Xiaofan's dark weapon. That weapon was made using a blood purification method, which is made by demons. The story continues as we see Xiaofan in the palace of Qingyun Sect, where the leader of Dragon Peak tells him that his weapon is a demonic weapon. It is made using the blood purification method. However, Xiaofan denies it, but the elder of Dragon Peak doesn't listen and tells the Qingyun Sect master that he thinks Xiaofan is a demon spy, so they should kill him. Upon hearing this, the leader of Bamboo Peak gets angry and tells the elder of Dragon Peak that this cannot happen. Xiaofan has grown up at our peak since childhood, so how would he know how to make a demonic weapon? That's when Qingyun Sect master pacifies both of them and says that even though Xiaofan's weapon is a dark weapon, he has not seen such a weapon near any demons to date. Therefore, they cannot punish Xiaofan without proof, otherwise there will be no difference between them and the demon. Hearing this, the leader of Dragon Peak closes his mouth. After this, the sect master tells Xiaofan that he has come in the top 4 in this competition. Therefore, he has to go on an important mission with the top 3 students. Xiaofan agrees to this. Now, Xiaofan comes out of the palace where the top 3 students, James, Sang, and Rossi, were already waiting for him. So, after this, all 4 of them leave for the mission place, sitting on their own weapons. But before reaching there, they come to Hayang City to rest, which was very crowded, and various things were found there. Now, all 4 of them go to a restaurant to eat, where Sang orders food for everyone. Seeing Sang ordering food, Xiaofan asks, "Have you been here before? Because you remember the menu by heart." Sang responds that yes, he often comes here secretly to eat because he likes the food here very much. Then the waiter brings the food, and Xiaofan starts eating very fast because he finds the food very tasty. After that, the waiter brings the famous fish soup of that restaurant. After tasting it, Xiaofan says that its taste is wonderful, to which the waiter responds that it is because the fish is absolutely fresh. But then, a girl named Biyao comes over and asks the waiter in front of everyone, "Is this fish really fresh?" It can't be because it's only found on Jugu Mountain, which is thousands of kilometers away from here. It would take 15 days just to bring the fish here. Hearing this, the waiter responds to Biyao, "Yes, normally this fish is found only in Jugu Mountains. But a few years ago, some people brought these fish from there and started raising them in the nearby river. So, the fish is also available here, and we serve you that fish." Biyao finds it hard to believe, but then her aunt calls her. Later, the 4 of them stay at a hotel in the city. While Xiaofan is about to sleep, Rossi comes to him and asks, "Why did you suddenly give up when we were fighting?" Xiaofan, avoiding the truth, simply says, "I don't know what happened at that time, which caused me to faint on my own." Hearing this, Rossi leaves, and Xiaofan also goes to his room to sleep. During his sleep, Xiaofan dreams that his evil form is trying to harm him. Waking up because of this dream, Xiaofan starts walking outside, where he sees Biyao picking a flower from the garden. Xiaofan advises her, "You shouldn't do that because there is life in flowers too." Biyao laughs at this, as she had never heard such a thing before. After this, Biyao asks Xiaofan his name, but he doesn't say it because Biyao was making fun of him. After convincing Xiaofan, she finds out his name and then asks him, "Who is more beautiful, the flower or me?" Xiaofan takes Biyao's name, and she teases him, saying, "You also flirt with girls like other boys." Hearing this, Xiaofan leaves in anger, and Biyao comments, "Xiaofan, I've never seen a boy like you who has feelings even for a flower." At that moment, Biyao's aunt arrives and mentions that the 4 people they met in the restaurant are from the Qingyun Sect, but she doesn't know their names. Biyao tells her aunt, "I know the name of one of them. His name is Xiaofan." Biyao's aunt notices the flower in Biyao's hand, and Biyao compares it to her weapon, saying it's beautiful. However, her aunt explains that these flowers used to grow even on Mount Kongsang of their sect, but they stopped growing after Biyao's mother's death. Biyao doesn't want to talk about it, and her aunt advises her not to say such things because her father, the sect master, loves her a lot. In anger, Biyao expresses that if he had really loved her, then her mother wouldn't have been killed. After this, Biyao asks her aunt to leave, wanting to be alone for a while. Before leaving, her aunt warns her that their journey to Kongsang Mountain is challenging, so she must be very careful. The next day, we see the 4 of them on a mission to go to a cave in Kongsang Mountain and defeat the demon. They all arrive at Kongsang Mountain and encounter blood-sucking bats that could drain a person's whole blood. They start fighting, but there are too many bats, causing problems. Then, they hear a voice saying that the bats run away from light. James makes a shield from his winning hexagonal mirror, using its light to scare away the bats. People from Tianyan Temple and Fengseng Valley arrive to help, called by Qingyun Sect Master. They proceed to a cave where demons have been seen recently. While going into the cave, Rossi senses someone's presence. Suddenly, many attacks come, and although they stay safe, dust makes it hard to see. A demon attacks Xiaofan, but he throws it away and it hides in the dust. Another demon comes and takes people from Fengsang Valley away. Then, the boss demon Nyan appears, and James asks how he's still alive. Nyan attacks without answering, but they manage to escape. The first demon kicks Xiaofan and separates him from the group with stones. The third demon attacks Xiaofan, attempting to drink his blood. Xiaofan puts his stick in the demon, causing it to scream. The other demon comes, surprised to see Xiaofan using the blood-sucking method to kill its comrade. Xiaofan himself is surprised because he didn't know the stick could do that. Now, the demon informs Nyan that his comrade has been killed. Upon hearing this, all the demons leave with the dead body because only those two couldn't beat everyone. Seeing the demons running away, they decide to follow them to take advantage and eliminate the demons. On their way, Xiaofan's stick starts glowing because it absorbed the energy of the demon. They reach the blood refining hall via the cave. As they move forward, stones cover Rossi and Xiaofan, but Rossi breaks them using her sword. They are then surrounded by old and new demons. With the help of a magical fan, one of them creates smoke, making it difficult for everyone to see. The demons can't see them, and the second demon attacks Xiaofan. Xiaofan fights back, but Nyan appears and forces Xiaofan to retreat. Rossi comes to help, but the hunter demon captures her. Hearing this, Xiaofan gets angry, and Rossi asks him not to worry about her and to kill the demons. Xiaofan fights, attacks the hunter demon, and rescues Rossi. After this, Rossi approaches Xiaofan, but Nyan uses a demon technique called Scarlet Demon Eyes. Nyan takes out his eyes, curses Rossi's sword, and attacks her with his demon eyes. Xiaofan saves Rossi by creating a shield. Xiaofan's stick absorbs the demon eyes attack, confusing Nyan. Xiaofan attacks, but Nyan and his companions injure Xiaofan and throw him into a ditch. Rossi jumps into the ditch, takes Xiaofan's hand, and creates a shield around him. Meanwhile, with the help of Demon Eye, Nyan curses the weapons of the other people, preventing them from using their weapons. A servant of Nyan comes and informs him that someone destroyed their treasure site. Just then, James removes the curses from all the weapons with his hexagonal mirror and attacks Nyan. However, Nyan goes to see the treasure site with his friends, and everyone else starts looking for Xiaofan and Rossi. In this situation, we see Xiaofan and Rossi, both of whom were alive. But Rossi notices that Xiaofan is very injured, putting his life in danger. Many demon skulls appear, and Rossi tries to protect Xiaofan by creating a shield. However, the skulls absorb Rossi's spiritual power, making her weak, and her shield breaks. Xiaofan's stick absorbs all the skulls, shocking Rossi. Meanwhile, a red-eye demon tree sees Rossi and moves its tentacles toward her. Rossi fights with the tree as she has no other choice. However, she can't fight for long due to her low energy. The tree starts catching Rossi and Xiaofan, and Rossi tries to wake up Xiaofan. After a few seconds, Xiaofan regains consciousness, summons his stick, and frees himself and Rossi. Xiaofan kills the tree by slicing its tentacles and bursting its eyes, and he suddenly becomes normal again. Seeing Rossi weak, Xiaofan starts healing her. Rossi refuses, but Xiaofan insists on healing her. Biyao and her aunt arrive, and Xiaofan asks why they are there. They say they are also there to get blood cave drops. Xiaofan doesn't understand, and Biyao and her aunt think he's pretending to fraudulently take the blood cave drop. They attack Xiaofan, but a huge snake appears. Biyao thinks of attacking the snake, but her aunt stops her. The snake starts moving toward Rossi after a sound, but Xiaofan chases it away. The snake tries to attack Xiaofan, but Biyao saves him and warns him not to anger the snake. Biyao and Rossi attack the snake, but it throws them away, causing Rossi to faint due to her weakness. Xiaofan makes Rossi sit on the side and fights the snake, with Biyao supporting him to avoid being killed one by one. Even after fighting the snake for a long time, nothing happens to him. Biyao starts looking for a way to escape and sees a distant cave with light. She goes towards it, and Xiaofan notices her going. When they both reach the cave, the snake attacks Biyao, but Xiaofan saves her, and they both enter the cave. The entrance closes due to the snake attack. Inside the cave, Biyao sees that Xiaofan is significantly injured. She tells him he didn't need to be so brave, as she fought to save him from being killed. Xiaofan responds, saying a demon witch like her didn't need to save him, he can save himself. Biyao gets angry and confronts Xiaofan, asking how dare he say that. Xiaofan states that when she attacked them, he realized she is also a demon and challenges her to get out of the cave without him. Xiaofan then wanders into the cave to find a way out. Meanwhile, Rossi regains consciousness, and her friends gather around her. Rossi informs everyone about the situation, and they start searching for Xiaofan. On the other hand, Biyao's aunt hides after seeing all of them. This brings an end to our episode.